Welcome to this session 4, module 4, part 2. So, in the last session 3, we mainly focused on the working or operation of EDFA, that is erbium doped fiber amplifier. So, next we can continue that one as EDFA architecture. So, here you can see this is the simple block diagram for the EDFA architecture. That is another important point we are discussing today. So mainly it consists of three parts here: tap coupler, optical isolator, and wavelength splitting coupler. And this is a rest erbium doped fiber amplifier. Okay, so pumping laser is there here. So the thing is that we have to understand the function of these three simple blocks, and next we'll go for the three important configurations or variations of this EDFA. So tap coupler is nothing but simply it is going to couple your, so here you are getting wavelength division multiplexed signal. So multiple wavelengths which are multiplexed coming as a single signal is received by tap coupler. So what it is doing, it is not sensitive enough to identify different wavelengths here. It is insensitive to many different wavelengths here. Okay, but what its main function is, it is going to compare your input optical signal with the amplified signal. That is the main duty of the tap coupler. Okay, so that you are observing here. So it is a wavelength insensitive. With the splitting, it is going to split your optical signal in this ratio, and mainly it is used to compare incoming signal with the amplified output. Next, optical isolator is nothing but non-reciprocating passive device. Its only job is to see that there is no any reflected signal coming backward towards the transmitter side. That is the main important job of the optical isolator. So whereas wavelength splitting coupler, it is one of the WDM coupling here. It is going to sense a particular wavelengths. Okay, then it is amplified, and here you can see, so both got mixed here. So what is happening here, wavelength division multiplex signal is coming here, then it is coupled by the tap coupler to the optical isolator, which is a unidirectional device. Without allowing any reflecting signal on its path, it will be coupled to the wavelength selective coupler. In a wavelength selective coupler, your incoming optical signal is combined with the pumping laser. Okay, so here EDFA is there, therefore here photon pumping is used. Okay, so it is a modulation is happening here, then it is amplified with the stimulated emission and population inversion. How it is got amplified in the last session we have seen, either by using 980 or 1480 or spontaneous or stimulated emission mechanisms, the things will be got amplified here. Okay, now this is all about the EDFA architecture, and here you can see the arrow marks what you are getting on either side, the things are coming and got mixing here. This is called dual case of pumping, dual directional pumping or amplification. So later we'll understand in the next slide, only three variations are there, configurations are there for EDFA. Okay, so let us see what are those. So if the pumping light injected from the same direction as the signal flow, the signal flow and the pumping are in the same direction, that is called co-directional pumping. Otherwise, so here you can see, so this signal direction and pumping direction are opposite, then it is called counter directional pumping. So each one has got its own advantage. Like counter directional pumping allows higher gains, whereas the co-directional same directional pumping, both are in the same direction, are useful for the better noise performance. Okay, less noisy conditions, it is useful, co-directional pumping. Suppose if you want both the higher gains and better noise performance, then we'll go for dual pumping case. That's what we have discussed just now. Okay, so like that. So normally you will get question like discuss architecture of EDFA briefly and or explain in detail whatever. He may or may not mention 3 different configurations. Okay, so if he ask to you to explain the EDFA architecture, or if he may ask you to explain 3 configurations of EDFA, question is same. Okay, you have to write up to this. So block diagram you should be careful. So how you are going to put the arrow marks here. For dual pumping case, co-directional case pumping, both are in the same direction, arrow mark you have to show. Counter directional pumping, you have to show the arrow marks for the pumping and laser and signal in the opposite direction. So next we'll go for the a small derivation for the power conversion efficiency. So this power conversion efficiency is nothing but how much amount of signal energy got converted to photons. Okay, so that is based on the principle of conservation of energy. So amplified output should be less, okay, or equal to the input signal power plus the ratio of these two, the pumping wavelength to the signal wavelength multiplied by input power. So EDFA cannot exceed the pump energy that is stored in the device. That is a fundamental principle. So always will get the amplification more less than or equal to that of the input, the power output, what he is saying. So let us see how this one is going to work. So for the pumping scheme to work, we need to have, the pumping wavelength should be less than the signal wavelength. So for the proper gain, the signal power should be less than the pumping power corresponding to both. Okay, converse of these two. And the power conversion efficiency PCE is given by, so this one, there is a power conversion efficiency. So how much amount of your electrical power is converted to photons, that is given by this formula, that is called power conversion efficiency, and its maximum value we can see it is going to be 1 here. 1 means 100% the signal is got converted to the photons, ideal case. Okay, so the maximum theoretical value is going to be 1 here, that is lambda p by lambda s is less than or equal to 1. So another one related to PC, we also got quantum conversion efficiency, that is lambda s by lambda p times PCE, independent of the wavelength. Okay, that is important thing you have to remember. So derivation, no steps are there, only you need to remember these formulas and you have to quote what their significance is there and how you are going to arrive at the final conclusion. So the maximum value of QCE is going to be unity, because the PCE what you have seen in the last slide is maximum value is going to be 1. So where all pump photons are converted to signal photons. So this is quantum conversion efficiency. So try to remember here guys, the main difference between PCE and QCE. PCE is conversion conversion from signal to photons, but QCE is conversion from pump photons to signal photons back. That is QCE, don't confuse. Okay, so the equation one can also be expressed in terms of gain without spontaneous emission. This is important, without any loss. We don't want any loss. Spontaneous emission means recombination will takes place. Okay, so such kind of the equation in terms of gain is given by this. And finally, so it's going to give you an important relationship between the signal input power and the gain. So when the signal input power is very large, that is PSN is very large than this lambda s by lambda p times input power, then the maximum amplifier gain is going to be infinity. If you substitute the things here, you will get it as 0 and you will get it as 1. So hence to obtain the maximum gain G, the input signal power cannot exceed the value given, like this. So along with the pump power, the gain also depends on the fiber length here, and maximum gain in a 3-level laser medium of length L is given by this. So hence the maximum possible EDFA gain is given by this equation, this one, and the maximum possible EDFA output power is given by this one. So normally you will get a small normally you will get one question on this one. So arrive or obtain an expression for the EDFA gain, as we obtained gain derivation in SOA or EDFA, SOA. Here also you are getting EDFA gain derivation or maximum possible EDFA output power derivation. So far we discussed the architecture with three different configurations and its mathematical, a very brief mathematical derivation for the discussion of power conversion efficiency, quantum conversion efficiency, and EDFA gain. So I suggest you to remember the formulas for PC, QC, and these gain things here. So let us see small problem here. So consider EDFA pumped with 980 nanometer. Pumping wavelength lambda p is 980 nanometer. That is lambda p 980 nanometer divided by, if the gain is 1550 nanometer, that is a signal, okay, is 20 dB. Then find the maximum input power. Maximum input power formula is there here. Okay, so the 30 milliwatt pumping power ppw divided by G gain minus 1, that is a gain is going to be 100 here. Okay, so we'll get it as PS input power is this much. So the maximum output power is given by PS in max plus lambda p by lambda s into Pin. So here the gain, here you are getting it as 100, you will take it as 100 here. It has not been mentioned. The maximum means you will get G here, take it as a 100. So like that I always mentioning, sorry, in this subject we will be getting lot of formulas. Only thing you should remember them, use the correct formula in correct place, but don't forget to write the proper units in the end answers. Okay, so this all about EDFA.